Imagine waking up every morning next to someone you once trusted with your life only to realize, again and again, that trust was nothing but a weapon in their hands. 5 betrayals, 16 years, 3 kids, and a secret plan for revenge that would change everything. If you've ever felt powerless, trapped, or betrayed by someone you loved, hit that like button and subscribe. Because today's story isn't just about heartbreak, it's about reclaiming your power and serving justice in the most unexpected way. I still remember the first time I saw her. She was laughter in a crowded room, the kind of person who made you feel like you were the only one who mattered. We fell hard, fast. Our wedding was a blur of white and promises, and for a while, I believed in every single one. But 1 year in, the cracks started to show. It was little things at first, a late night here, a secretive text there. I told myself I was being paranoid. That's what love does, right? It makes you doubt your own instincts, just to keep the dream alive. Then, one night, I found the evidence. Her phone, left unlocked on the kitchen counter. Messages, photos, plans. My hands shook so badly, I almost dropped it. My heart pounded so loud I could barely hear her footsteps coming down the hall. When I confronted her, she crumbled. Tears, apologies, promises. She swore it was a mistake, that it would never happen again, and I, fool that I was, believed her. Or maybe I just wanted to. But here's the thing about cheaters. Once they know you'll forgive them, the game changes. The power shifts. And suddenly, you're the one walking on eggshells, desperate to keep the peace. The years rolled by. We had kids, 3 beautiful, innocent souls who became the glue holding our broken marriage together. But the betrayals didn't stop. 4 more times that I know of. Each time, she'd cry, beg, and swear it was over. Each time, I'd feel a little less like myself. I started to feel like a ghost in my own home. I'd lie awake at night, staring at the ceiling, wondering how I'd become so trapped. Divorce wasn't just about me. Anymore, it was about the kids, the house, the life we'd built. She knew it too, and she used it. She'd flaunt her affairs, sometimes barely bothering to hide them. I'd catch her on the phone, whispering in the hallway. I'd see the way she'd light up when a certain name popped up on her screen. The disrespect was suffocating. I tried to confront her, to fight for what little dignity I had left. But every argument ended the same way, with her turning the tables, making me feel like the villain for not moving on from the past. Gaslighting, manipulation, emotional blackmail, it was all part of her arsenal. One night, after another screaming match that ended with her storming out to clear her head, I sat alone in the dark, listening to the silence. My hands were clenched so tight my knuckles turned white. My chest felt like it was caving in. That's when it hit me. I was done. Not just with her, but with being the victim. I couldn't leave, not yet, but I could take back control. I could make her feel the consequences of her actions, in a way she'd never see coming. I started small. I stopped reacting to her provocations. No more arguments, no more begging. I became calm, almost cold. She noticed, of course. She tried to bait me, to get a rise out of me. But I just smiled, nodded, and went about my day. Then, I started documenting everything. Every late night, every suspicious message, every time she left the kids with me to run errands. I kept a journal, took photos, saved texts. I even installed a security camera in the living room, ostensibly for the kids' safety, but really to catch her in the act. I reached out to a lawyer, quietly, and learned my rights. I found out that, in my state, infidelity could have a major impact on custody and asset division. I started building my case, brick by brick. Meanwhile, I made sure to be the best father I could be. I took the kids to school, helped with homework, cooked dinners. I wanted them to see me as their rock, their safe place. I wanted the court to see it, too. The hardest part was pretending. Pretending I didn't know about her latest affair. Pretending I was still the clueless, broken husband she thought she could walk all over. But every time I felt the anger rising, I reminded myself, patience, justice was coming. Finally, when I had enough evidence to fill a binder, I made my move. I sat her down at the kitchen table, the same place where she'd once begged for forgiveness. I slid the folder across to her, watched her face go pale as she flipped through the pages. She tried to deny it, of course. Tried to cry, to scream, to threaten. But this time, I didn't flinch. I told her I was filing for divorce, and that I had enough proof to ensure she'd never get full custody of the kids. That I'd fight for every last penny, every last right. She broke down, sobbing, begging me not to go through with it. But I was done listening. I'd spent 16 years trapped in her web. Now, it was her turn to feel powerless. I remember the way my hands trembled, not with fear, but with adrenaline. The way her voice cracked, the way her eyes darted around the room, searching for an escape. For the first time in years, I felt free. My mind raced with memories, every lie, every betrayal, every night spent alone while she was out with someone else. But now, those memories didn't hurt, they fueled me. Her, you can't do this, you'll ruin everything. Me, you already did. I'm just making sure you finally face the consequences. Her, think of the kids. Me, I am. That's why I'm doing this. The divorce was brutal, but I was ready. My evidence was airtight. The court saw through her lies, her crocodile tears. In the end, I got primary custody of the kids. She lost the house, the car, the comfortable life she'd taken for granted. But the real victory, watching her realize, for the first time, that she wasn't untouchable. That actions have consequences. That the person she'd underestimated for so long was the one who finally brought her down. I walked out of that courtroom, feeling lighter than I had in years. The weight was gone. I wasn't just surviving anymore, I was living. And for the first time, I looked forward to the future. If there's one thing I've learned, it's this. Forgiveness is a gift, not a weakness. But some people will take your kindness and use it as a weapon. Don't let them. Stand up for yourself. Because sometimes, the sweetest revenge is simply taking back your life. If this story hit home, smash that like button and share your thoughts in the comments. What's the most satisfying revenge you've ever seen? And don't forget to subscribe for more true stories of justice, karma, and taking back your power. Until next time, stay strong and never let anyone make you feel trapped.